Well, it's that time of year again, and time to make some eggs. This time, well, it's that time of year again, and going to make some eggs here. This time, however, they're going to be all copper. I think the first set I made was aluminum way back in the day. Well, it would have been like 4 years ago. This will be my fourth batch. And then after that, I don't remember if I made the bronze ones or the brass ones next. And then after that, I made bronze. This time I'm going to just make copper ones, no alloy here. And so here we go. I think this will be the first time I've tried to make them in this in my aluminum flask. I think I got plenty of room. I think this should work just fine. All right, and then like the last, well, I think since the beginning of this year, I'm going to kind of treat this somewhat like a live stream without actually going live. Excuse me. So I mean, this is just going to be complete raw. There'll be times when I'm not going to be saying much of anything at all, and sometimes I will be. It's very cold in the shed here this morning, and so I'm having some battery issues. So I'm going to actually plug my camera here in. Let's see if I can do this without messing stuff up. That way it'll be continually getting power, and you can see that cord, and that way I don't have to rely on batteries recharging and such. So hopefully I won't have any interruptions. All right, looks like I'm plugged in. Should be good to go. It never occurred to me, I don't know why it didn't, that I should have had my batteries all charged up before I started. But it is what it is. And then see if I can keep this power cord out of my way from behind. All right, let's see what we got camera wise. I could probably move this in a little closer so I make for a better shot. Yeah, like I'm asking that as if I'm going to get some responses. All right, let's go ahead and do this routine. Got some tunes going on with Spotify. That's the other thing. I've got another wire plugged into that so that my cell phone, which I don't actually use as a cell phone, but use it as a jukebox. I use it as a camera. And I also have a couple of apps on there that the school district that I work for, has asked us to add. So I think Google Authenticator. So every so often I try to log in on my school account, and then it'll say, oh hey, you need to verify you are who you are. And so I've got that app on there, and then I've got another one when we do fire drills and lockdowns, so that I can mark that I'm safe. In the case of a fire drill, I've successfully made it out of the building. And the other one is mark safe, that I'm safely in a classroom that's locked down. What's interesting is about, and this is probably a TMI, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm pretending this is a live stream, and this is what I'd be talking about, since I'm in a bit of a talkative mood. The fire drill, we've got to actually exit the building, and because my cell phone doesn't have an account, I have no No, I don't have a phone number. I can't get texts. I can't do any of that sort of stuff. I'm at the mercy of the distance of the school's Wi-Fi. And as soon as I walk out the doors, it's not too long after that. Too far. Not long, but too far after that. My sand's a little dry. It holds. But boy, did that... hopefully this mold holds together. I think I'm good because, I mean, there it is. And that's a clean break. So the sand should be hydrated enough. And it's just drier than what I have. Anyway, back to my story with the fire drill. I have to get a colleague to mark me as being safe because outside of the Wi-Fi, my phone has no contact. What's nice is that my Wi-Fi here at home extends as far out here to the shed, which is in the backyard. So I'm able to stream. I get notifications from my wife, from Wifey. If I need to come in or if she's going to leave or those sorts of things. And then occasionally I post pictures to my Facebook account of what I'm doing out here. Yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. Sand is well, what's the word I want to use? I mean, it's not bad. Dry. It's just drier than what I'm used to. Hopefully it all holds together. I actually don't need this much facing sand. It's just running so smooth. Because of snow and rain and such like that, it has been a while since I've cast last, so I'm not surprised. And my sand has gotten a little dry in the cold, even though it's sealed up in the cold temperatures. It does not seem like it takes much. You notice it here in North Idaho, I think first with the dry skin in the cold. Okay. I'll pack this down a lot tighter here in a second. I just don't want to go over the top of those eggs and crack the plastic. All right, now I'll pack this real good. That with a little bit more sand. Yeah, this cord. All right, well, that looked good. Okay, in case anyone's wondering why I'm being so particular about where I'm putting this, these eggs have a little bit of flesh on them, and I'm trying to put that so that'll be where I gate. That way, if there's any breakout of any sand anywhere because of the flash there on the plastic eggs, I'll be able to it shouldn't affect because it'll be part of the gate. All right, looks like I got my stuff matched up. Oh, interesting. Rocks a little there. I wonder if that's cold. All right, we'll see if that plays a factor in anything. Is that looking good camera-wise? Yeah, I'm just not brave enough yet to try to actually do a full-on legitimate live stream. Excuse me. There's times that things don't go right. And without there being an actual audience, sometimes things slip. Certainly, much better behavior when I've got people in front of me. I think that's probably the way a lot of us are. And being a teacher and all, I don't want to embarrass myself in a live stream. I mean, some of my students would probably think it would be the most hilarious thing they've ever witnessed. Mr. Freeman lost it. One of those things I've never understood. Whenever I've been around someone who's losing it, I actually feel uncomfortable. I don't think it's funny. But some people, some of my students, let me put it that way. I'm sure others are too, but more aware of students that see I'm getting frustrated, and I'll see smiles from some. teaching. It's not for the faint of heart. All right, one more round of facing sand and then I'll... All right, this video might end up being a little bit longer because typically I do my when I do my raw stuff, I break up the actual molding and pouring and the finish work separate. I believe I did. I'm doing that, not did that, but doing that with my plant stand videos. I think I got that in three different stages. The molding and pouring, the finish work, and then I'll eventually have the final assembly. This video is actually kind of going to be out of sequence, or it's going to appear to be out of sequence because of I want to get this obviously before Easter, or the week of Easter. The should be the Wednesday before Easter is when this is scheduled, and I've got some videos. I think I'm all the way out till sometime in May with the different parts of that plant stand, and then also interspersed in there I've got one other project where I'm making my third aluminum flask. Most of those videos... All right, I heard my camera beep off, so I don't know how much you're at. Anyway, what I was talking about is videos I've got lined up that drop on YouTube. I actually got most of that raw footage done during Christmas break, and it's February right now, and so I've got a lot of that footage put together and uploaded through not through May, but into May. And so this one is going to be filmed. There's going to be footage that comes after this video that I actually did before this video. So I think what I'm trying to say. It'll be the same thing for May the 4th. I've got a project in mind that I'll do this year for Star Wars Day, and I won't do that one until after this one. Maybe I'll do it in the same weekend. I'm not sure. It's supposed to get rain and more snow over the weekend. Here it's we're on a 4-day schedule, school-wise, so it's actually a Friday morning. What time? Yeah, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. It's not even 8:30 yet. Goodness. On a Friday morning. And anyway, we're supposed to get rain and snow tomorrow and I think into Sunday. So I may not get that cast done. This one I want to get done and off the books. All right, so let's take a look, see. Okay, not unhappy so far. Not unhappy. And I want to do this. There we go. Okay, there's going to be some breakout. I see some flash. That's kind of normal. Okay. Let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of cleanup with this one. I can see the eggs moved some when I pulled the top out. It's all right. As long as they end up being egg-shaped, I'm okay with that. Yeah, these definitely moved when I took the half off. I was wondering if I had a big enough screw there. Yep. Oh yeah, there it goes. All right, where's my spoon? I had all my tools out. There you are. Yeah, charging slowed due to low temperature. Charging will charge back to normal if the phone gets warmer. Yeah, that's what my phone just told me. All right. Check, is that a... All right, let's see kind of what's going on here for sure. Yeah, I've seen a couple of the channels that I watch on a regular basis, and one of the ones I watch, Windy Hill Foundry. If I remember right, Clark is in, I want to say he's in Mississippi. Piece of aluminum. Where did that come from? He's in Mississippi. Certainly a southern state. Mississippi, Louisiana. I still want to say Mississippi. He actually has a set of bellows that he uses to blow out that sand. I've seriously thought of doing that myself because I'm not a big fan of his sand getting into my eyes. All right, I'm gonna actually gate these, both the top and the bottom. The copper does not flow the best. I think that's why when I made my previous eggs, I've waited until what, this fourth go around to make just pure copper ones, because that was the reason for making alloys. Well, one of the reasons, not the reason, but one of the reasons for making alloying copper. I mean, copper by itself doesn't necessarily make for a good sword or other good tools. And so it was alloyed with other material, of course, to help in that department, but it also had the advantage that the copper flowed better. Okay, with the way this sand is, if I brush too much, I'm just going to keep brushing my mold away, and I don't want to do that. Okay, where am I going to put you? I'll just put you on the floor. All right, those glasses back on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and now I'll put this back here, with the reason being that I can see where I've gating. First of all, let's do a sprue and a couple of risers. Let's riser first. Oh no, don't like what I just saw there. I don't know if the camera caught that. Oh boy. Got a bad feeling. Maybe a little bit more. Oh no, things are cracking. This mold's not going to hold together, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to try something here real quick. Yeah, it held, but oh my goodness. Why not press on? Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay, shoot. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. Well, I think I kind of want to press on just to see what kind of disaster this might actually turn out to be. But I see cracks in my mold that I never, ever, ever see. I never, ever see. You know what? I wouldn't have had this problem, I don't think, if I would have molded all of that. If I would have molded all of that, it would look just like the bottom one. Okay, well. Okay. That'll mess up my mold. All right. And this is going to be my basin here. This is the trickiest part with this thinner mold. You know what? I think I'm going to do my basin where I have my trap. I can see right now that that's going to be better, more better, which means that trap won't work the way I originally designed it. But I did not leave myself enough space. What I should have done is, all right, so let me explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay, I should have moved the eggs further this way and left me more space for my pour basin, because if I go too deep, I'm going to go right into the top of my eggs, and I've done that before, so I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to pretend I'm not going to need a trap, which is okay, and then I'm going to make my pour basin right here. Okay, and I want to be careful about this because of the way that sand was breaking away. I can feel it, that I don't have a consistent texture. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Okay, let me just say what I'm trying to say here is that I feel, as I'm digging out this pour basin, I'm feeling some places where the sand gives away and some places where it is significantly more packed better. It's packed better, tighter. Okay, I got to do a little more digging. Okay, so I'm going to, I think, leave that basin that way. It's a little on the small side, but that's all right. Oh my goodness, I just did that wrong. I was going to put it there. Oh no, I did. I got backwards. I'm twisted here. What am I doing? I'm out of control. All right, then make certain I got my dots. All right, so yep. All right, I'm here. I'm back. I got it. Boy, that's not much of a pour basin. Hopefully the copper flows. Something copper is notorious for not doing. Okay, if I remember right, I got some splatter. That must be where these chunks of aluminum are suddenly coming from. I think they're coming off my mold. I think this video will come out before the video of where I tried really. Oh yeah, there it is. That's where all that aluminum's coming from. You'll see the video later, because I think this one will come out before that, of where I tried really hard to douse myself with molten aluminum. When the snow went away, I was finding exactly how far that steam explosion through molten aluminum. There is no doubt at all in my mind that God had his hand on me that day for my carelessness. All right, anyway, I'm going to need to reposition, and I'll have to find an extension cord so that I can continue to have the camera here plugged in. So I'm gonna need to discontinue my stream, which isn't really a stream, my raw video. Okay, so there'll be a break here. If I were live, this would keep going, and then you'd see that whole process. So I'll be back when I'm ready to fire up the furnace. All right, I don't know how much of this I'm going to show. I'm tempted to show a lot of it because copper looks real cool when it's melting. You get a nice blue flame. We'll see how much of that shows up on the video. And but this is going to take a while, and copper always takes a while, quite a bit longer to melt than aluminum. And of course it is cold out here, and I completely blew it. I had an opportunity to yell out flame on, especially since there's going to be a Fantastic Four movie come out later in the year. Well, I'm not seeing any green flame yet, so I don't think I'm going to film that part. I'm just going to focus everything on the pour. So I'll come back to this, and don't worry, I will absolutely be warming these guys up. I like to pour copper in these rather than my cast iron mold, because it's smaller. Trying to melt a full ingot like what you see there with the lead, that takes an awful long time. So all right, I'll come back when it's time to pour. All right, just about time for the moment of truth here, and I think the copper's ready to pour. And I don't know if I mentioned it in as I was setting this thing up or whatever. I've got my little muffin tins to pour any extra copper that I have, and I should have some extra copper. Then it hit me as I was setting those up. I got them all nice and dry, and as I was setting them out, that moisture here, first time I had seen a steam explosion, actually came the first time I poured copper. And I poured copper in these tins, and that caused the steam in the concrete beneath to blow, and that took a chunk out of my sidewalk. That's the reason why I moved my operations here to in front of the shed, where it's mainly dirt and such. So I then took my cast iron ingot molds, dried them out, then turned them upside down, and then I'll pour on top of those. So hopefully no fireworks, hopefully no problems, no issues here. Oh, I forget how much heavier copper is than aluminum. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shoot. Gosh. Well, that didn't work, obviously. Maybe. Ah. Yeah, back to that live stream thing I was talking about. Ah. Criminy. All right, first of all, I did not want to stop pouring. Oh no, did I forget to hit the, oh gee, I bet I did. I don't think I captured any of that. Anyway, shoot, this was a partial success. As you can see, I got some spillage here. I was pouring and everything was going fine. It was going right where it needed to, and then all of a sudden something happened, and then the stream came here and then down it went. Oh, I hate that I didn't hit the record button. Anyway, you can see down in there that it got to at least some of the risers there, but that copper there should have been in that mold. And the question will be whether or not that's higher than the tops of the eggs, and I bet they're not. I bet they're not. But anyway, that should, when I unmold, I should at least have nice little ingots that might be easier to melt. I thought sure when I calculated that 5 pounds was easily going to be enough, and then I added more to that. I should have had extra, and I still might have if all of that would have gone in. All right, sorry about blowing that pour. Okay, I'll come back later. All right, I carried this over, and as I did, I didn't have a real good grip on it, and it kind of came apart and such. I was actually just trying to remove that piece. I thought I could do it. It would pop right off, but it didn't. Looks like, though, I'm pretty happy to say that my aluminum flask did a great job of acting as a heat sink, and while the molten copper played quite the bit of havoc on the lead that I was using to keep the mold together, it didn't adhere and didn't mess up my mold, which, oh, it feels quite warm. I couldn't tell with my gloves. The one thing, and I was kind of concerned with it, you can see that yellow there, right? And last time I used that crucible, I had made a batch of Nordic gold. I didn't actually think that there was enough in there left that it would make a difference. I don't want these things to look golden, so I'm kind of interested to see. I'm obviously going to need to redo these, or at least redo, unless the other two look good, because you can see that kind of that dimple and that one there, and we'll see, because I don't want this to look like Nordic gold. I want these to look like they're copper. Okay, I'm gonna go just real quickly grab my spatula and remove that there, so stay here, GoPro. Here, look at the sky. All right, what's interesting is this that spilled over. I mean, it looks legitimate copper. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is gonna have to be redone, and yeah, you know, looked like it was gonna take though, but this one's on me. All right, so I think next time, and it'll probably be later in the day, because I want to. I need to get this done. Stay ahead of the weather. Maybe I can break these off, get them right back in the furnace rather quickly. But I'll mold up a bigger mold so I don't run into that problem. At least I hope I won't run into that problem. All right, I think the next time I come back on, I'll just show the pour. All right, I'm going to try this again. And as you can see with my second mold here, I've got, let's see if I can point right there, this right here. So I've got more of a base in there, and hopefully nothing goes slipping out. more room so that the ambient heat doesn't melt my lead all over. All right, let's give this a try. This looks more alloy than copper, though. Oh, gee, I got slag going in. Thought I scraped all that off. And I'm short. How am I short? I actually added. How am I short? Ugh. Ugh. I think I got another failure. Ugh. I actually added. I added. Hold on. Hold on. No, I kept one of the eggs out. Oh, I kept one of the... Ah! Yes, I did add, but I kept that guy out because he looked halfway decent. Oh no! I may have caused my own failure. I mean, I see it at the top of the risers, but... Ah! Shoot. I am not thinking this thing through. All right, well, let's see what this does. Bummer. All right, when I look down into the holes, it looks like the glow's just about gone, and we got, this is definitely cool enough to pull the mold off. Although obviously that pour basin's not insulated. I don't have high hopes for this, but again, they'll be a nice ingot shape. That melted pretty good. Doing that second melt when things were still fairly warm. And anyway, let's take a look-see. Oh, well, that's not what I was expecting. But that's the theme of the day, not what I was expecting. I was just hoping that was going to pull clean, and then I was going to be able to just take a quick look and then wonder if I was going to still wallow in my embarrassing display, or if I could have a bit of a celebration. So let me carry this over to the wheelbarrow. And let's move the camera, get a shot of this. Sorry, I should have said motion sickness alert. All right, that looks good. Let me get my spatula. For the life of me, I don't know why it didn't click in my head that saving that one was going to do it. Nah. Yeah, exactly what I thought. It's just not high enough. Yeah, darn. Well, fortunately, I'll have another weekend go. Yeah. If I would have tossed that other egg in, that would have been a good cast. definitely looks like copper. So this would have been a nicer looking product when it was all polished up. But those are all flat bottoms, not egg bottoms. I don't want to do this again today. Thinking I want to save it for next weekend. Not only that, I'm starting to see stuff come out of the sky. If we're going to get that rain a little early. There's scattered clouds. Oh yeah, off in the distance. All right, well, we'll try a third time, but this won't show up until next week. Bummer. Will third time be a charm? All right, what did I do wrong again this time? I could have swore I counted the pounds correctly. No bueno. Bet you it's no bueno. I'm wondering, am I losing? Am I losing copper through my crucible somewhere? But that didn't fill again. Darn it. How am I getting this math so wrong? Not only that, but I measured the amount that that one missing egg, and then I added more to it. Oh boy. All right, well, time will tell. All right, this is that egg that I didn't throw back into the mix because it had some interesting coloration there. I think some of the alloy from my Nordic gold. I'm just going to hit this with a wire and see what's underneath this and see if that color stays. And if it does, we'll go on. I got to change my music here because it is amazing how Spotify just plays the same stuff over and over and over again when you have it in DJ mode. It's like I've got 115 hours and 6 minutes in a playlist, and yet it just wants to play the same stuff over and over and over again. It is stunning to me. Trying not to be too frustrated. I'm still working on the pour didn't go well. As that's cooling, I'm going to hit this. But anyway, enough griping. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's not a good start. That's not a good start. Did I mention that there's a reason I've not thought about doing this thing live? I think I'm going to need to get something new. I don't know if it's the collets. Of course, it doesn't help too. I've got a Dremel, and then I've got a couple that aren't Dremels. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I just need new collets. I don't know. Yeah, that's not big enough. I need something smaller. Smaller collet. This is engaging, but I would recommend you continue to watch in case the drama really gets good. See me in full meltdown mode. All right, I don't even know if I've got any more collets. Oh, here's one, but that looks big. It is not big. In fact, I'm not even sure that would be usable. How did I get one that small? I don't have anything that's that small. Let's see if I could spread that out some. Use this screw here. There we go. And then can that go? Oh yeah, okay. So let's see if, yeah, I made it a little bigger. Let's see if I can make that work. Got a bad feeling of this. If I can channel my inner Han Solo here. That does not want to fit. Let's see if I can. No, that's too thick. And the doesn't want to spread out enough. Yeah, the walls are too thick. Yep. Okay, so let's see if I can find another one. See, the kit that just came out of, there is no way that fits any of those bits. All right, I think I got one more place to look. And I don't see any collets in here at all. That's this kid here. And I think I used them all. I may not be able to do this. Bummer. Oh, here's one. Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. Found one just sitting on my bench. Perhaps I need a little more organization. You fit in? Or is that one of the ones I just took out? Must be, because he's not staying in there. I don't think I can cinch that guy down enough. No, he's not staying. That must have been the first one I tried. And I just didn't remember where I sat it down. Well, bummer. Okay. Intriguing viewing, without a doubt. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. Let's see. Is he gonna squeeze down? Nope. All right, those are just not gonna work. Interesting. Okay, so got 5 collets here and none of them appear to work. How is that a thing? How is that a thing? All right. I remember right, I had to use my drill now that I'm thinking about it. I think I've been down this road before. comes to worse. And it's definitely worse right now. Because that ain't working. Sounds like a song. Sounds like I'm about ready to burst into song. There's a part of me that remembers I had to do this last time. It's been so long since I've done finish work like this. I don't even remember what I may have done or may not have done. Alright, so if this looks familiar, put that on the list. Get a... okay, so how am I going to do this? Well, that looks about dangerous. I think this is going to just end up looking coppery. All right, let's find out. Get serious about this. Thinking I shouldn't have hit that so hard with the hammer, but for the most part this is just kind of looking bronzy. All right, let me switch to I'm gonna have to do something with that door, to the grinding wheel and see what that looks like. This egg may not be a keeper after all. Nothing like wind, moving doors. Yeah, that's just kind of looking bronzy. This workday is not turning out the way I'd hoped. Oh, gee. Never seen that before. I must have forgotten to tighten this guy down. And now that makes a little more sense. The worse this gets, the more determined I am to keep that video, to keep that footage in the video. Sometimes these things just don't work. You have days, just don't work. All right. All right, bench grinder. That's taking too long. I must be too used to doing this stuff with aluminum. Let's try bench grinder. Move this so that we can see something. Sorry. Drop that egg. Chewing up my wheel pretty good. In case anyone's curious, what the world needs now is love, sweet love, according to Spotify. I have never seen anything quite like that on the grinder. Goodness. Please put in the comments if you tell me what's going on. Actually, I don't mind that too much. I mean, you can still see that seam. Yeah, this is going to end up looking like copper. All right, that did the heavy lifting. I know I cinched that down. Wow. All right. I'm on the verge of calling it here. I don't think I've ever had so much difficulty with an egg project. Well, I know I haven't, not with an egg project. I'm trying to think if I've ever had so many difficulties with any project. All right, let's see if we can do this without it flying apart. And by the way, my music's changed to Chicago 5. Excellent album, by the way. All right, this is the part I actually wanted to see. How much of that color comes through, and I think it all just got obliterated. Whatever it was just, looks like it was just surface level. All right, anyway, that looks a little more on the bronze side than copper. I'm gonna stop there on that. I am gonna go right now and let's demold the eggs I just poured. See what we got here. And that definitely looks like copper on the top, so maybe I diluted whatever the alloy was enough that it's going to actually look like copper. All right, I don't have high hopes at all for this. All right, I'll have to dig it out. I thought I'd be able to tell right there what I had, but not so. That definitely's got a copper look to it. All right, the real test here is, what does it look like on the other side? Do I have flat bottom eggs like I had last time? Or was there enough metal to just barely make it? Oh, that's looking good. That's looking, I think I'm being reminded that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Oh, that's not bad. It's about time to get some more tongs, I think. Some new tongs. Don't want to scrape too much on the eggs. Oh yeah, that looks legit. I gotta see if I can see it in the camera. Oh, there we go. All right, those look good. All right, that looks good. Those are gonna need to cool down quite a bit before I even think about doing anything with them. I'm gonna stop here. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm gonna show all of the cleanup on that unless I get a new Dremel that can hold my the tools I need held. That drill's not quite getting it done. I wonder, is it an RPM thing? Is that why that drill's not working so well? It just doesn't have the RPMs. Anyway, you'll definitely see the final product. It does look like I had some pitting in there with this. That's all right. I'm not going to complain. They look like copper. All right. I'm not sure what's the next segment you're going to see. But hopefully it looks like success. All right. Here's the one that I was fighting with, the one that's got the hammer strikes on it. If I'm going to show best side right here, it doesn't look too bad. This did not turn out exactly the way I was kind of hoping. I was hoping a lot of that multicolor would come out, but it didn't. I think I got my technique down using the drill, so far I've been able to avoid a quick run to Walmart or Harbor Freight to get another rotary tool. I'm definitely going to keep this one. He's been a lot of grief for sure, but he's kind of growing on me, especially if I display him in my classroom display like this. He'd be the just describe him as the mutant egg. All right, I'm gonna need to see if those other eggs are cool yet, and if I show a polished job for one of those, it'll just be one. It'll just be one. I'm not going to film all four of them. That'll be this video is already getting, I think, a little too lengthy with all my failed attempts at even trying to get a successful cast. All right, we'll see what we got. You'll see. You'll see how it goes. You'll definitely see the end products for sure. All right, those gates are a little bit thicker than I probably needed them to be, which means the cleanup's going to be a little bit, take a little bit more work. And those definitely look like copper. Look at all that pitting. Sweet. I mean, that's gonna look legit. They probably won't get smooth, but I mean, they're gonna look copper for sure. All right. I think I've got this thing optimized for aluminum, so this may be slow going on cutting these off. I'm probably only going to film just cutting one. All right, does filming get any better than that? My goodness. Okay, so this is the one. Oh man, that is. I'm starting to feel a whole lot better about this third attempt. All right, that's going to take some grinding down, and I'm probably going to use my bench grinder to get the vast majority of that, and then I'll get that the Death Star perimeter there. I'll get that taken care of with the Dremel drum band, whatever that thing's called. Okay, so I've got a total of 4 here, but these other ones, they don't need to be done until Easter. I need one done before the beginning of April, because this one is going to be my classroom display. So this is the one I think I'm going to continue to work on and film, and I'll probably set the other 3 aside because I would like to get this done. It is March 22nd, so it would be awfully nice if I can get this done before spring break. We got 1 more week in school before spring break. If I get this done so I could set up my April display before I knock off for spring break. So, all right, I'm going to continue working on this one. Sounds like the album has changed. I went from Chicago, now I'm listening to America. So in case you're curious about time frame and how long between clips there. All right, I'll get this all repositioned and get some stuff cleaned up, and then I'll start working on this. All right, let's see if I can do this one without wearing away half my grinding wheel here. You know what? I think I need to do this without gloves. Hopefully that doesn't get too hot, but I can't feel anything with gloves. There we go. Ooh, that's grinding down nicely. Careful though. Get too aggressive. All right. Maybe a little smidge here. All right, I don't want to, all right, I got most of that. So I'm going to do this now with the drum. I mean, I'm tempted to hit that, but I want to, sorry, my thoughts here as I'm stammering and such, and hit this with the drum in. I'm just really liking what I'm seeing here. I know copper's notorious for not casting well, but I mean, I think the character just is coming out, and I'm just really liking how this third attempt is turning out. All right, let's load up the drum on the drill and try again. All right, I hope this shot's gonna work. I'm having a hard time seeing how it's gonna look in the camera and such. I'm trying the best I can to get this centered in the frame. Okay, I think I got it. All right, I'm gonna try that same technique that I was using when I'm gonna set that guy up, when I was playing with this one and got him looking a little bit better. I'm gonna try that same technique here, because I think I got kind of a feel for how to use this drill. So let's give it a whirl. Checking on my drum here. All right. Try to get that in the frame here. Okay, see, that feels pretty good. I can feel the change in texture there. And then here it gets kind of thick. So I work on this section here. And then see what it looks like when I hit it with the wire. Halfway tempted to put it on my dissolving bench grinder wheel, but all right, just that spot right there. Do I have enough of my? I think so. All right. It's funny because I was thinking I was satisfied with this particular part, with the way the rest of it feels, but the rest of it feels nice enough that I think I need to work on this a little more. All right, I might be satisfied with that. Each year, and this year's certainly no exception, I keep thinking, do I need to get a lathe? because it would sure make short work out of this. All right, let's move to the brush and see what goes on. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is whether or not I'm going to have a band of not nearly as pitted. So we'll see. I would like to avoid going back and forth with the drum over the top, because it tends to leave marks. Boy, let's see if I can. That sets up nice. Sets up nice. I don't remember if I knew this or not. I've just found a way to bring my pinch grip to an end. Let me get here. All right. I may need to use this guy, because that seam is still gonna. Yeah, I don't know if I can find a side. Either I'm gonna have to go after that seam a little bit more. I think I had the same problem with the bronze ones. Whichever ones I did last year. It was either the bronze or the brass. And I had to, well, I've got, here we go. I just happened to have one of the leftovers. Yeah, you can see where we got the lines. I was hoping to avoid that with this, but that's just too pronounced. All right. And I did kind of, let's see, yeah. All right, bummer. Okay. I will hit it top to bottom. I don't think I need to film all that. But I will come back with some of the polishing. Okay. Here's with the Dremel drum, and there's still, I could have worked on that, I think, a little bit more, and but I think I'm good. I think I just kind of want to polish this up. It's certainly not going to have much more of a trench there than the brass one. All right, let's get to polishing. Oops, wrong color. Already did red. All right, these are things that I got a long time ago. And if you look at any of my earlier videos, you see I use these guys quite a bit. This is supposed to be the most coarse, and then it gets progressively more fine till you get to gray. hand is just about done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this last one and then call that good. There's a part of me that wishes I would have maybe put in a little more work with the drum. That line would have been a little less visible. Boy, that's getting smooth. Oh, getting messages here. I'm not, I don't think I'm getting all of them, the vibrations of my machines. That doesn't look too bad. See, that's a good angle to put it. And then if it's standing up, we'll see. See how it looks in the nest. All right, let's get this last polish. Boy, with this getting smoother and smoother, I can really feel that bump right there a little bit more. Yeah, I wish I would have put some more work and effort. But I think I'm going to stop here with this one. I mean, that's a good angle right there. I kind of like the way that looks. Still has kind of that characteristic copper pitting and such. And so this is the one that I'm planning on taking to my classroom. And the other ones I'll do a little bit more work on. They're going to go to my grandsons for Easter. So I'll take a picture to end this with this one in the nest at school, and then the other three. I'll probably, if I get all three of those to look nice, I'll get a picture of all those before I upload this video. Yeah, my camera just cut off and then came back. So here's the one that I've been working on, and here's the the hammered one. I'm still going to keep him though. Anyway, he looked a lot more copperish than I thought he was going to. I kept him because as I've probably explained ad nauseum in this video already, kept him because I thought he was going to have some different look to him. But anyway, and then compared to the brass one, and then I've got my aluminum one. This is goodness, that's light. Anyway, I'm curious to see what this looks like compared to the bronze one. The bronze one should be darker. I sure hope so, because that's it still looks kind of coppery, penny-wise. Smells like pennies. Smells like pennies. All right. Next, you'll see should be a couple of pictures. One from my classroom. I don't know why I'm wasting time trying to set this guy up. He was looking good there for a second. Anyway, set him down. I get a picture. It rolls off. There you go. It would be a picture. Two pictures. As I'm stammering here at the end. Two pictures. One in the nest, and then one with the remainder of those guys right there. Thanks a whole bunch for watching. If you found this video entertaining, informative, or any such things like that in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe. Blessings.